In the Grand Council Hall of the Galactic Union, representatives from the most powerful species in the galaxy sat in their luxurious seats, speaking in various alien languages. Today, the topic of discussion was Earth, a small blue planet known for its human inhabitants. To the aliens, humans were weak, short-lived, and technologically behind. They viewed humans as harmless, almost laughable in their attempts to explore space. As the meeting began, an alien named Zarak from the powerful Zolaran Empire stood up. He had gray skin, multiple red eyes, and a smirk that showed his sharp fangs. Zarak raised his voice, which echoed through the hall. Humans? Really? They still rely on basic rockets and metal ships. They are no threat to anyone here. The hall erupted in laughter. Representatives from different planets joined in, some even shaking their heads in disbelief. The idea of humans as a serious topic was a joke to them. Sitting quietly in the corner was Earth's ambassador, Michael Grant. He wore a simple blue suit, unlike the extravagant robes of the other ambassadors. He didn't join the laughter. Instead, he watched each alien face with calm, observant eyes. Inside, he knew what they didn't. Humanity had a powerful secret weapon. It was a warship, far advanced compared to anything the aliens had seen. Hidden and cloaked, it waited silently, prepared for the day humanity might need it. But Michael kept his expression neutral. He was aware that every look and movement would be noticed, and any hint of confidence might raise suspicion. So he let the laughter continue, his face still, as if he agreed with their jokes. Another alien, a tall, blue-skinned representative from the Viler Federation, stood up. She sneered. Our explorers have watched humans for years. Their greatest invention so far is still a flying machine they call an airplane. Even their most advanced spaceship is nothing compared to the smallest of our defense ships. The room erupted in laughter again, louder this time. They mocked the humans' limited technology, their short lifespans, and even their appearance. Michael listened, his patience unwavering. Inside, he could feel the tension building, but he stayed focused. His mind drifted to Earth's hidden warship, the pride of humanity's defense program. Only a few humans knew of its existence. Built with advanced technology that Earth had developed in secret, this warship was equipped with powerful weapons, a cloaking system, and defenses that could withstand the mightiest attacks. It was humanity's ace, a symbol that proved humans were not as weak as they appeared. As the laughter continued, Zarak looked at Michael, narrowing his eyes. "Tell us, human," Zarak sneered. "What makes you think Earth even belongs in this council? You're all just children playing with toys." The room fell silent, waiting to hear Michael's response. Michael smiled, though his eyes remained serious. "We are here because Earth has earned a place in this council, just like every other planet. Our journey is just beginning, and we are learning fast," he said calmly, without a hint of anger or pride. Zarak scoffed. "Learning? At this rate, it will take you humans 1,000 years to catch up." The hall roared with laughter again, louder and more mocking than before. But Michael did not flinch. He looked at each alien, letting them see the calm determination in his eyes. He didn't need to defend Earth with words. The hidden warship, waiting in the shadows, was all the defense they needed. As the laughter slowly died down, Michael leaned back in his seat, satisfied. Let them laugh, he thought. Let them mock and underestimate. Humanity had learned that sometimes silence was the best strategy. One day they would know the truth. But for now, he kept Earth's secret close, waiting for the right moment, when the hidden warship would reveal itself and show the galaxy that humans were not to be taken lightly. Days after the mocking laughter in the Galactic Council Hall, whispers about humanity spread among the alien leaders. While most still saw Earth as weak, a few leaders began to feel curious. Could the humans truly be hiding something? Were they really as harmless as they seemed? Zarak, the proud ambassador from the Zolaran Empire, decided it was time to find out. In his mind, he doubted humans could pose any threat. They were a simple species with limited technology. Yet there was something about Earth's ambassador, Michael Grant, that had caught his attention. The human ambassador hadn't flinched, hadn't argued, and didn't even seem upset at their mockery. Zarak didn't like it, so he proposed a test. Gathering a few representatives who agreed with him, Zarak convinced the council to send a small fleet of Zolaran ships toward Earth's border. It would be a simple exercise, he explained, merely a show of strength. The fleet would fly close to Earth's solar system and observe any response. If humans were as peaceful and weak as they appeared, they would stay silent. But if they had any real power, they would be forced to show it. Back on Earth, Michael Grant received the news. The aliens were sending a fleet to Earth's border, supposedly just to observe. However, Michael knew better. This was a test of humanity's strength and patience. He immediately contacted Earth's top leaders, and within minutes, they convened in a high-tech command center hidden beneath the mountains. Human leaders sat around a table, each one understanding the weight of the situation. They knew the warship, their hidden ace, could easily handle a small fleet. But revealing it would also reveal their secret. "We can't show our strength yet," said one general, his voice calm but firm. "If we reveal the warship now, they'll understand what we're capable of and prepare against us." Michael nodded, thinking carefully. "But if we do nothing, they'll assume we're weak, and their attacks could become bolder," he added. It was a delicate balance. They needed to avoid a full conflict but couldn't afford to look defenseless. After some discussion, Earth's leaders agreed on a plan. The hidden warship, cloaked and invisible to any alien sensors, would take position near the edge of the solar system. It would remain hidden but ready in case things went wrong. Meanwhile, a small group of human ships, nothing too advanced, just standard Earth defense ships, would appear and greet the alien fleet. They would seem polite and cautious, as if humans were genuinely scared of the alien presence. The next day, the alien fleet arrived near the edge of Earth's solar system. Zolaran ships, sleek and shining, lined up in formation. Alien captains looked around, expecting to see some kind of reaction from the humans. Soon, they detected a group of Earth defense ships heading their way, moving slowly. Zarak watched from his command seat, feeling smug. "Look at them," he sneered, coming out in their tiny ships, barely holding formation. "They're as weak as I thought." As the human ships got closer, the lead captain of the Earth Defense Fleet sent a polite message. "Welcome to the border of Earth's territory. Please state your purpose." Zarak laughed, replying with a cold tone, "We are simply observing, little human. Return to your planet and let us do our job." His voice was dripping with arrogance, expecting the humans to simply back off. But the human ships held their position. They didn't advance, but they didn't retreat either. Earth's small defense fleet simply stayed there, quiet and steady, watching, waiting. As the minutes passed, a strange silence took over the alien fleet. The Zolaran captains started to feel uneasy. They hadn't expected humans to stand their ground, even in this small way. They had expected immediate submission. But here were these weak humans, calmly holding their position. Meanwhile, Earth's hidden warship, cloaked and silent, hovered nearby, unseen by any alien eyes. Its advanced systems monitored every move of the Zolaran fleet, its powerful weapons ready to activate if needed. The human crew aboard the warship waited quietly, their hands steady and their minds sharp, prepared for any sign of aggression. The aliens didn't know it, but Earth was prepared for any test they threw at them. The silent warship remained hidden, like a shadow waiting to strike if provoked. And as the aliens sat in their ships, slightly unnerved by the humans' silent resistance, they didn't realize just how close they were to witnessing humanity's true power. For now, the test continued, but humanity stood firm, calm in their hidden strength, ready to act when the time was right. The alien fleet hovered near Earth's border, their sleek ships shining under the distant light of the sun. In the lead ship, Zarak, the commander from the Zolaran Empire, grew impatient. Humans had shown up with a small fleet, holding their position just out of range, refusing to back down but also avoiding conflict. It was as if the humans were pretending to be brave, putting on a show. Zarak decided it was time to teach them a lesson. He turned to his weapons officer and barked an order. "Fire a warning shot just close enough to show them we're serious. Let's see if they're as brave as they act." The Zolaran weapons officer nodded and tapped a series of commands. Seconds later, a bright beam of energy shot out from the alien ship, blazing across the dark space between them and Earth's defense fleet. The shot stopped just short of hitting any human ships, but close enough that their shields flickered in response. On Earth's defense ships, the crew felt a wave of tension. The warning shot made it clear the aliens weren't just there to observe. They were there to intimidate. But Earth's small fleet held steady, refusing to retreat. This was no accident, it was part of the plan. Unbeknownst to the aliens, Earth's hidden warship remained cloaked in the shadows of a distant asteroid, watching every move. The massive vessel was the crown jewel of humanity's defense program. Its advanced technology was far beyond what anyone outside of Earth could imagine, and right now it was primed, waiting for the order to strike. Back in the Galactic Council, Michael Grant was receiving live updates. He listened as Earth's defense captain reported the warning shot, his face calm but his eyes sharp with focus. He knew the council members would soon hear of the aliens' move. But more importantly, he knew that Earth's patience had limits. This act of aggression was pushing humanity toward action. Meanwhile, Zarak sneered at the sight of the human ship staying in formation, even after his warning shot. He couldn't understand why they hadn't fled yet. "Maybe they're braver than I thought," he muttered to himself. "Or maybe they're just too foolish to understand the danger." He decided it was time for a second warning. Zarak ordered his ships to advance, closing the distance between his fleet and the human ships. But just as they moved forward, an alert sounded on his console. A warning. An unidentified energy source was detected coming from nearby. His eyes widened, realizing it was too late. Out of the shadows, the hidden human warship uncloaked, revealing its massive form. Its hull gleamed with an eerie light, and its weapons were powered up and ready. It was unlike anything Zarak had ever seen. A deadly mix of elegance and power, built with technology beyond anything in the Zolaran Empire. Before Zarak could react, the human warship fired. A powerful beam shot across space, striking one of the Zolaran ships directly in its center. The alien ship erupted in flames, its shields unable to withstand the impact. The crew barely had a chance to scream before their ship exploded into pieces, scattering debris into the darkness. The alien fleet froze, stunned by the sudden attack. They hadn't expected such a powerful response. The human warship remained still, but its weapons were still glowing, ready to strike again if provoked. It was a clear message. Earth was not to be underestimated. Panic spread through the Zolaran fleet. Zarak's smug expression was replaced by a look of shock and fear. He shouted orders demanding his ships retreat to a safer distance. But the humans didn't give them a chance. The hidden warship unleashed another blast, hitting a second Zolaran ship, which shattered under the force of the attack. Now fully aware of their mistake, the remaining Zolaran ships scrambled to escape. They activated their engines, turning and speeding away from Earth's border, desperate to avoid any more destruction. The human warship watched them go, its weapons still trained on the alien fleet, ensuring they wouldn't dare to turn back. As the last of the alien ships retreated, Michael Grant received a final report, the test was over, and humanity had passed. Earth's hidden power was no longer a secret to those who had mocked them. Zarak and his fleet had returned, but they would carry with them a story, a warning that humanity was no longer a species to laugh at. Back in the Galactic Council, word of the encounter spread quickly. The leaders who had laughed at humanity now sat in silence, their minds filled with questions and fears. Earth had proven itself, and the galaxy would never look at humans the same way again. The first strike had shown them a glimpse of humanity's hidden strength, and it was a sight they would not soon forget. The news of the conflict at Earth's border spread like wildfire throughout the Galactic Council. After the unexpected attack by the hidden human warship, panic replaced laughter. Delegates from different planets gathered in a massive chamber, their voices rising as they discussed the implications. Zarak stood at the center of the chaos, his expression a mix of anger and fear. The proud Zolaran ambassador had never imagined that humans could possess such a formidable weapon. As he paced back and forth, he could hear the whispers and gasps from the other delegates. How could they have kept such power hidden? One voice asked. What else are they hiding? Another murmured, worry etched across their features. Silence! Zarak finally shouted, attempting to regain control. This is not the time for panic. We must take action. He could see the fear spreading among the alien representatives, and it made him furious. Humans are nothing but a primitive species. They have no place in our galaxy. We need to unite and show them their mistake. A tall, slender alien from the Thalani system raised a hand. But we underestimated them, she said, her voice steady yet cautious. What if they have more of those ships? What if they can produce them quickly? We can't assume we know everything about Earth anymore. Zarak waved her off, his eyes narrowed. We must strike while they are still recovering from this attack. Show them our strength before they can gather their forces. Meanwhile, on Earth, Michael Grant received reports from every corner of the planet. The atmosphere was tense. People were scared, but they were also proud. They had faced a powerful enemy and emerged victorious. As Michael watched the news broadcasts, he felt a surge of hope. The world was coming together, united against a common threat. In the command center, leaders from various nations gathered to discuss their next move. "We need to prepare," Michael said, his voice firm. "This won't be the end. If they attacked once, they might come back with a larger fleet. We have to fortify our defenses and ramp up production of our warships." One general nodded. "We should also share our technology with our allies. If we can unite our forces, we'll be ready for anything they throw at us." As plans formed, the news from the Galactic Council reached Earth. Zarak had called for a meeting of the most powerful alien leaders, and the topic was clear: humanity. They discussed strategies, each alien ambassador weighing in with their opinions. The fears were palpable. What if humans built more warships? What if they allied with other species? The Zolaran ambassador urged his fellow leaders to act quickly, but another voice rose above the rest, a cautious one from the planet Zelan. "We need to understand them before we make any decisions. What do we really know about humanity? Their culture, their motivations?" Zarak responded angrily. "We know they are dangerous! They attacked us without warning. We cannot risk underestimating them again." The council members felt the weight of his words, but some were still skeptical. "Perhaps we should send an envoy to Earth," suggested the Thalani representative. "We can negotiate and learn more about them. Understanding their intentions could help us find a peaceful solution." Zarak scoffed. "You want to talk to them? After they destroyed 2 of our ships? They will see that as weakness." But deep down, he felt a sense of dread. What if his own people were right? What if humanity had resources they hadn't even considered? As night fell on Earth, a sense of unity spread. People gathered in cities, sharing stories of bravery and strength. They lit candles and held vigils, a reminder of their resilience. The world was scared, yes, but they were also hopeful. Humanity had shown they could defend themselves. At the same time, the Galactic Council was in turmoil. The fear of the unknown loomed large. Could humans rally their strength and become a serious threat to the galaxy? Delegates debated sending a peace envoy, but the voices of fear echoed louder. It was easier to rally around the idea of a united front against a common enemy. Back on Earth, Michael knew they had to be ready for anything. The victory was sweet, but he understood it was only the beginning. They had revealed their power, and now it was time to prepare for the inevitable response. As the delegates in the Galactic Council weighed their options, fear spread like a dark cloud over the galaxy. The laughter that once filled the halls had turned into uncertainty and dread. Humanity was no longer just a simple species. They were a force to be reckoned with, and everyone knew it. The tension in the Galactic Council was thick as delegates from various planets gathered for an urgent meeting. Fear had spread among them like a wildfire, but beneath that fear lay a new understanding. Humanity was no longer a simple species. They had proven themselves as a force to be reckoned with. Zarak sat at the head of the table, his face serious. He felt the weight of the previous discussions pressing down on him. The Zolaran ambassador knew the council needed to take decisive action. "We must address the situation with Earth immediately," he declared, looking around the table. "Ignoring their power will only invite disaster." The Thalani representative, a tall and graceful being named Lyra, nodded. "We must show respect to the humans. They have demonstrated strength and resilience. Perhaps instead of launching another attack, we should consider a diplomatic approach." Zarak frowned, but realized she had a point. The humans had shocked the galaxy. "What do you suggest?" he asked, crossing his arms. Lyra took a deep breath. "Let's send a delegation to Earth. We can apologize for the mockery and offer a chance for dialogue. This could lead to a new understanding between our races." The council members murmured among themselves, considering the proposal. Finally, the Xylan ambassador, who had been quiet until now, spoke up. "I agree with Lyra. We underestimated the humans, and now we must correct our mistake. They deserve our respect, not our scorn." After much debate, the council voted to send a delegation to Earth. Zarak reluctantly agreed, knowing that it was time to shift from aggression to diplomacy. They would need to show humans that they were serious about building a relationship. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Michael Grant was preparing for an unexpected meeting. He had received word that an alien delegation would arrive soon to discuss peace. As he gathered his team, excitement and nerves filled the room. "This is our chance," he said, standing before them. "But we must approach this carefully. They may still see us as a threat." One of the generals spoke up. "What if they come to attack again?" "We can't let our guard down." Michael nodded, understanding the concern. "We will remain vigilant, but we must also show that we are willing to talk. Let's prepare our best negotiators and show them that we are not just warriors, we are also diplomats." As the days passed, both sides prepared for the meeting. The alien delegation included leaders from different planets, each of them representing their species. They arrived at Earth, landing their ships at a military base that had been designated for the talks. When the aliens stepped out, Michael was struck by how different they looked. Their colors and shapes were unique, and he felt a mix of curiosity and apprehension. As they approached, he took a deep breath and extended a hand in greeting. "Welcome to Earth," he said, trying to keep his voice steady. Zarak stepped forward, his expression cautious but respectful. "We come in peace, Michael Grant. We wish to discuss our previous actions and the future of our interactions." The air felt tense, but Michael sensed a change. The aliens were no longer mocking. They were serious and willing to listen. "Let's sit down and talk," he replied, motioning for them to follow him inside the base. Inside the conference room, discussions began. The humans and aliens shared stories, their cultures, and their hopes for the future. Michael explained humanity's journey, their struggles, and their triumphs. The aliens listened intently, realizing that there was much more to humans than they had previously understood. As the conversation progressed, respect began to build between both sides. The aliens admitted their mistake in underestimating humanity, while Michael acknowledged their past aggression. "We are not just a primitive species. We have advanced quickly and are ready to stand alongside you," he said firmly. Zarak nodded, his demeanor shifting. "We were foolish to mock you. You have proven your strength, and we wish to learn from you. We can form an alliance that benefits us all." The atmosphere in the room changed from one of tension to one of hope. Together, they discussed plans for cooperation, trade, and mutual defense. The idea of collaboration felt promising, a new beginning for both humanity and the alien races. As the meeting drew to a close, Michael felt a sense of achievement. They had turned fear into respect, creating a pathway for future relations. The council members left Earth with a newfound understanding of humanity and its potential. Back in the Galactic Council, Zarak reported on the meeting, emphasizing the shift in their perspective. "Humans have earned our respect. We must move forward with caution but also with openness. This new alliance could change the galaxy." As the council deliberated, it became clear humanity had made its mark. No longer seen as a lesser species, they were now viewed as equals. A new respect had been forged, and the galaxy would never be the same again.